Alright, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to continue with our update and delete for our blogs. Update, we had basically completed in the last video, and we had also added a button down here, and it was helping us update the post, right? I can remove this, I can press enter, and it removes that from my title. So that's done, and the next thing that we can do now is delete, right? So let's just do that. So basically, if you remember in the RESTful routing, I'm sure you don't remember because you have not had practice with that. So in the RESTful routing, the route that we have for deleting, I'll not make it yet, I'll just put it in a comment. It is /logs/:id as a delete request, right? So just like this is a put request, that will be a delete request, and the URL will be the same, right? So you see the RESTful URLs mostly are really small, and the only case in which they can be a lot of slashes is that if we are nesting something inside of something. So the comment routes are actually long because we have to do /blog/id/something in all of them, right? But you can see that most of the routes are just 2 slashes in this RESTful routing, and that is good for search engine optimization too, right? Great. And so this is the route that we need to make for deleting a particular element, and the delete route will be actually really simple. So just like the update route, we will first focus on making the route, and then we'll focus on calling it from our wherever we need to call it from, right? And as you can imagine, we do not need to make a form in the delete request because when we are deleting something, we are deleting something. We obviously don't need a form to see what we are deleting. So what I'll have to do is basically do router.delete, and it will be /blogs/:id, and then I'll have to do rec res. Great. So basically the function that we need to use is we can do blog. So delete one is a function that you can use to delete actually selecting a particular field, and that would work here. But just like the update, we have a method for finding by ID and deleting specifically, right? So I can do rec.params.id. This is basically the ID that we need to find of the blog that we need to delete, right? So we'll do find by ID and delete rec.params.id, and then we'll have our callback. So you could have the deleted blog in here too. That's not a very big problem, but we are not going to need it. So I can just do error, and I will do if error console.log error, and then we'll redirect to this page, right? And I'll do return. And if there is no error, then I'll have to do res.redirect/blogs. And obviously it does not make sense to redirect to the home page if the blog has been deleted. To redirect to the show page if the blog has been deleted because there is no show page, right? So this is a delete request for the blog, and now what we need to do is we need to call it, otherwise we won't be able to check it. We could check it through Postman, but calling it is actually really simple, so that's what we're going to do. So calling we'll have to do from the show.egs file, right? From after this update post. So now the thing is that we had 8 tags for add a comment and update post respectively, because what the URL we had in here had to be a get request, right? But now we are actually making a post or a delete request to somewhere, right? And that we cannot do through the simple a tag, right? Because we also have to send data, which is the rec.params.id. So what we can do for that and how you actually submit to a particular URL something is from a form, right? That's kind of the only way. So we'll have to make another form inside of this. And this form will not have any inputs. This will just have a button, which will be .btn danger, and the button will say delete post, right? and all we need to do in here, we need to add the action and the method as we need it to be, right? So again, we are going to have to use method override in this. So the method in here will remain post, it will not change. The only thing is we'll do slash blogs slash blog dot underscore id slash. So this is basically the URL that we need, and we'll do colon question mark underscore method is equal to delete. So this way we would be calling our okay, so this is the problem, there's no this here. So this way we would be calling this particular route as a delete request, right? And now we can just simply refresh, and we have the delete post button here. It is not up here, and I'll tell you why. But first, let's just see if it is working. And I click this, and it takes me to this page, and you can notice that that blog is no longer here, right? Let's go to test post 3 and let's delete it. You can see that's no longer here too. So now I have only 2 blogs left, right? Excellent. And so that is working. And the last thing that we need to fix in this is we need to do make this inline, right? So what? So the reason that this is coming on a separate line in here is that this is a form, and form is a block level element, so it takes up the whole line, right? So we can simply do an inline style here. I'll not make a lot of effort in this. Or this is the only form on this whole page, right? So we would actually do it in the show.css file. So inside the blogs and the show.css, I could select all forms. I can do display inline. And if I refresh now, I see this delete post button comes up here, and we have all these 3 buttons looking really well, and all 3 of them work as they should, right? And this button also works, and everything in this page currently works, and this is perfect according to a good level site, except just one thing: nobody should be able to update or delete the post until he is the owner of the current post. But for that, we'll have to add one more thing that will take some time, so that we'll do later. Apart from that, everything in this page is actually working really fine, right? And we have a really good page looking here. And we could also go to this, and this also has all the same things, and that's great, right? So I'll leave it here for this video, and we'll continue with the comments delete in the next video. And one thing, we are not going to do update for comments, right? And why is that? Because we do not want to actually add that functionality in here, because that will require us to add a lot of more fields to the comments. We don't want to let anybody edit the comment and then just get away with it. The comment should have something like edited down below if it has been edited, and we should have like a previous version of the comment and everything if we want to implement it perfectly. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply have a delete comment here, right? And we'll not have a edit comment portion, right? Yeah, so that we'll add in the next video, and then we'll also add like some user thing to this whole page and the whole delete and all of those things, right? So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.